everybody, and welcome back to Nick and Knarf doing another episode today. And today we're going to be doing Uriah Heep, a band that was formed in London in 1969, came out with probably their two biggest hits in 1972 in the U.S. and worldwide. We're going to be doing The Wizard, and we're going to be doing Easy Livin', two songs Frank and I both love.
Yeah, off the great album, Demons and Wizards, which was a gold album for them in the States. And the songs were their first U.S. top 40 hits. Really outstanding album. I mean, Uriah Heep has 25 albums over the past almost 50 years now. But this album is just great. It's got The Wizard, Traveler in Time, Easy Living, Poet's Justice, Rainbow Demon, just song after song. Just an outstanding album.
Now, this is a band that's had revolving personnel over the years, but for this particular album, you're going to be hearing David Byron as the lead vocalist, Mick Box, lead guitar, Ken Hensley, who's really awesome. He plays keyboard, he does background vocals, does guitar, percussion, Gary Thain, Mark Clark, Lee Kerslake, and they're produced by Jerry Braun. These guys were pretty much into the heavy metal progressive rock of the very late 60s, early 70s. I had a buddy of mine that I worked with back in 1972. We worked in this really busy delicatessen where we did 800 to 1,000 lunches a day. And he told me about Uriah Heep, and I had never heard of him. And we were always going back and forth because I was telling him how much I loved Jethro Tull, and he was going to, oh, Uriah Heep's better. And we go back and forth, and I'm going, okay, right. So I knew he had no credibility. But the fact remains that these two songs really are great.
This whole album is great, and they've got a lot of great songs and a great history. I actually saw Uriah Heep 2 years ago before the COVID outbreak here in Tucson. They were still kicking it and rocking it like you wouldn't believe. They had a great crowd, and everybody was just in the aisles dancing away, and they did do The Wizard and Easy Livin', so we got to hear those along with some of their other big hits.
And I got to see them in 82, believe it or not, with Jethro Tull. They were the opening act. And Ian Anderson would look pretty funny because he had gained a lot of weight. So he was pretty heavy, still wearing the Superman outfit type of thing, you know. But the lead singer in Uriah Heep actually was getting pretty annoying. After each song, he'd be kind of like egging on the crowds to give him applause, this and that. It was a little bit ridiculous, but they sounded fantastic.
Well, they're a great, great band, and we got some great tunes we're going to share with you. Remember, if you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you have subscribed already to our channel, we want to thank you, really, from the bottom of our hearts.
Just forward it on to your friends and say, hey, what do you think of these two nerds? You know, they really like music. They're in Tucson. They're old farts, but sometimes they know what they're talking about. Yeah,
we're still rocking here, and we're going to rock your socks with this great tune. First, we're going to start with Easy Livin', the great rocker, the third song off of Demons and Wizards. So let's go. Easy Livin'.
Love that keyboard.
This is a thing I've never known before. It's called easy living. This is a place I've never seen before, and I've been forgiven. Easy living, and I've been forgiven since you've taken your place in my heart. Somewhere along the lonely road I have tried to find you. Somewhere along the lonely road I had tried to find you. Day after day on that windy road I had walked right behind you. Easy living, and I've been forgiven since you've taken your place in my heart. Easy living, and I've been forgiven since you've taken your place in my heart.
That's a great song. That's a great song.
That just cranks, man. That just really
I
cranks.
would have liked the production to have been a little bit better, but I bet you they got a ton of money after this album came out. So
God,
they
that's
were
what's-
getting better and better, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I mean, this song just drives on so many levels. This is a great highway song. I mean,
Oh, it is.
Get in a car and just move with this thing, and it just cranks.
How about those background vocals, huh? Those high notes.
Those high notes those guys hit, really just
Man.
amazing. And that bass line that came in after
Yes.
the lead, was that tasty or what? Just
Just
outstanding. I mean, this
Man.
album is just so darn good, just so good, you know. And like I said, this is the rocker, and of course, the title song from the album is kind of the opposite. It's kind of the mystical, dreamy fantasy rock song,
Yeah.
which really is the iconic song from the album, and just really love it. In a lot of ways, it reminds me of Lucky Man by Emerson, Lake and Palmer in some
Ooh,
ways.
that's a good
Has a little
comparison.
bit of that quality, kind of the fantasy storytelling about the wizard who lives in a castle or something. And then Lucky Man was like some sort of a conqueror somewhere. But they're similar in the
Wizards is
tempo.
the only one that actually made it into the top 100 we read. I was really surprised. I thought Easy Livin' was there too, but
think
again,
Easy Livin'
remember,
was
we're
there.
talking about still 1972 AM still ruled the airwaves. And so, they really didn't get into longer or heavier duty rock songs.
Yeah,
you know.
that Easy Living is only 2 minutes, 38 seconds. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it was really designed for radio play to be a hit, and it did the
How about
job.
that keyboard too in the background? I mean, wasn't that good?
I
mean,
love the organ that they
just
use.
the
Uriah Heep.
totality of that song was just so much energy.
Anyway, what did you guys think of Easy Livin'? Why don't you leave us a comment? Tell us about your Uriah Heep experience. Did you see him in concert? What's your favorite Uriah Heep songs or albums? We've gotten some suggestions from some other guys who are dying to hear Uriah Heep, and they made a couple of other suggestions that sounded just really awesome too. But there's
Yeah.
so much to pick from, but we really particularly love this album because we grew up with this one back in the early 70s. So
Andy, I want to know at what time you stepped in through the turnstile to go see Uriah Heep when you were traveling in Madison, Wisconsin. So I want to know.
Well, we'll find out from Andy whenever he gets around to telling us. But let's get into our second number, all right, shall we? It's the title song, the trippy, magical mystery song called The Wizard. So here we go.
I like that comparison to ELP.
A little bit, huh?
He was the wizard of 1,000 kings, and I chanced to meet him one night wandering. He told me tales and he drank my wine. Me and my magic man kind of feeling fine. He had a cloak of gold and eyes of fire, and as he spoke I felt a deep desire to free the world of its fear and pain, and help the people to feel free again.
Love this chorus here.
Why don't we listen to the voices in our heart? 'Cause they're not only fun, we're not so far apart. Everybody
Both those songs should be longer, man. No doubt about it.
So good. I love the fade out. This song is so great to listen to at night, man. I mean, it's one of those dreamy, trippy songs where you turn down the lights with your friends and, you know, having a beer, a little bit of a little booze or something else that's legal and safe for you to indulge in.
How about this lead vocalist? When he goes up in that chorus, he's singing in his natural voice. He's not going falsetto. That blows me away.
I know.
Man.
He's really got a high range. I mean, and that song is just so iconic for us. I mean, it really is so dreamy. That organ, that steady organ that stays in the background, it really powers the atmosphere a lot. And then, you know, the driving of the drum and the acoustic work. Oh. That's what's nice. That's so much acoustic on this song. I think if this was more electrified, it wouldn't have the same feel, you know?
I wouldn't mind, though, another about minute and a half on this song. It was so good.
That one comes in only at 3 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah,
so again,
didn't it seem like a fast song?
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, it just moves so quickly. And, you know, a lot of the other songs on the album are fairly long, you know, Poet's Justice and, you know, and some of the other stuff. They're really a lot longer. But these clearly were made for radio, you know, clearly made for radio consumption. And it worked because they were two of the big hits off of their album, which propelled the album to gold status.
It obviously went platinum here in the United States. And then they were big in Canada. Where was it? Netherlands?
Oh, all over Europe. They got really
Europe.
big. I mean, this was just a monster album. And it led them on to a further career that's gone on now for half a century. Just a remarkable rock ensemble. And of course, there's only like one of the original members is still touring. You know, all the other guys are gone or passed or whatever.
Right? I think it's the lead guitarist, yeah.
But really, hey, hope you guys enjoyed the Wizard, and we hope you enjoyed Easy Livin', 2 great songs.
Beautiful.
Please leave us your comment if you like what you heard. Remember, we care for your ears, and we'd love to hear you subscribe, like, and share, and tell us what you think.
You guys stay safe. We can't wait to see you again. We're going to be coming back with more Nick and Knarf in just a few days. Take care.
Thanks so much for joining us. Peace out to everybody. Bye-bye.